Hey everyone, this is Steven from Phase 1 Trading, and I want to talk about three swing positions I'm currently active in: FSR, SRAC, and CHGG. Now, I'm currently out of FSR, but let's take a look at it here on the 5-minute. I had shares in two accounts. One account was at $14.87 average, and the other was $17.50 average. I sold into this recent 2-day run up here. 25% of my shares I sold at the end of day right here at 21.20, and then the following day on Friday I sold the remaining 75% of my shares at 23.06 right up here. I'll be looking for dips to repeat this action, but I'm not necessarily expecting that FSR comes back down. I just know that, and let me switch over to the daily chart right here. I notice FSR has kind of been referencing this gap that it made on November 12th. So it's kind of overcome it, broke a previous high here, and then retraced to fill that gap. What's going on here is as it gets close to the high, the previous high on 7/13 at $21.60, as it retests that, that's a very strong indication, especially with the breakout, that we might see more continuation. But I really just wanted to take profit here and sell into strength, which is just a big part of my rule list, is just selling into strength. When I'm selling into strength, not out of desperation because something is falling very fast. Once again, on the last day on Friday, when it capped 23, I was like, I'm 25% up, and it's just time to shave out and see if the action retraces. So if the action does retrace, I will be looking for tests of these gap lines. So somewhere around $16.34 and $15.60, just somewhere generally in that range. I'll be looking for support there if FSR decides to take a big, huge dump. So moving on, let's talk about another special acquisition play, but this one is still pre-merger. This is SRAC, and it's a speculative space play based on space technology. So one of our P1 management team, Eric, you might know him as Mask Trades on Twitter, brought this stock to our attention early with some solid DD, and I bought in around $10.10. So I sold half my position on Friday as the stock broke $13 up here for a nice 30% gain. I'm still holding a core half position, and this is something we typically do, particularly in our group. We talk about this a lot. If you're going to swing trade something, try to hold a core position in it, so you're just kind of scratching the itch of making a profit without having to get all out and missing out on even a bigger run possibly, as we know these special acquisitions can do. So here my idea is, well, this stock's been doing really good. It's gapped up here. We're really flying, and we know that special acquisitions can sometimes try to touch $20, $30 coming off that $10 line. But we have a nice big gap here that it made, and I'm expecting at some point a retracement to fill that gap before there's a continuation. So really, it doesn't feel too bad to shave out 50% of my position at over $13. And in fact, I'm kind of ready now with that cash to rebuy and compound my gains. So that's kind of the idea with SRAC right now. We'll see what happens. There might be some more continuation, but I'm going to stay patient, hold my last 50%. And like I said, I have cash in reserves now to buy back at an even better price for a retracement. So let's move on to my last stock, which is CHGG. So I'm on the daily chart with CHGG now, and you can see here pretty clearly, this is a range trade. You can see from about $63, $62 to right around $90. We've got a pretty solid range starting to show support and resistance here. My previous trade on this was buying around $68, and I held up and sold around $83 here. Right before the retest high of $89.99. So $90 is definitely the target here on my next swing. And my next swing, which I'm in right now, is an average of $69 on my entry. So I'm looking for an exit near $90 this time, and I'm going to shave profit on the way up, depending on volume. As you can see here, CHGG made a nice little gap on its last dive from its previous high of $89.99. So this gap actually goes from $84.80 to $82.24. Now you can see another gap here from $75 down to about $72. And you can see CHGG just cleanly filled that gap on Friday. This tells me that this stock does operate and trade around gaps. There are clearly algorithms that are queued into the gaps here. So I am now expecting, as part of this retracement, that a second gap will eventually be filled up here. So we'll get close to our target at 90, but yeah, if I cross $85, I'm going to be selling into that portions at a time and just taking profit so I safely exit and, mitigate my risk. I hope this review was helpful, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the Phase 1 Trading channel for more stock reviews and podcasts. Don't forget also, we post most of our content on Twitter, so you can follow at Phase 1 Trading to get regular tips. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving holiday, and good luck to you this coming week.